Oh, hi, I'm Bob from under the Sycamore Paint and Body. You know, everybody tells you about these great big fantabulous shops you gotta have. I say bunk on it. I've been fixing cars for 10 or 15 years under my sycamore tree here, and I turn out fine work. I make some good money. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't need any of that training. I don't need any of that special devices today. In the next 25, 30 minutes, I'm gonna tell you all about some neat things. In fact, I'm gonna tell you about training. I'm gonna tell you about automation, frame straightening, lifting, painting, real important topic now, and information. You stick with me for the next about 30 minutes, and I'll tell you all about it. Lots of important stuff under the sycamore right here. This is Bob. You know, I'm going to talk to you about automation now. People always talk about these computer systems now. They scare me to death. All the automation you need, if you're like me, is one of them adding machines, hand crank jobs. They work great. That way, if you don't pay your power bill, you still can run them. They're much better. My wife gave me this adding machine here. It's got a battery and it'll work good. The other thing I recommend is that you do handwritten estimates. Okay? Much better. Looks real nice. You put it all down there, and then you sign it so you get that personal touch to it. You see? The personal touch. See? That way, you convince him to leave the car, get him out the door. To fix today's cars, you have to fix the frames right. To do that, you need two very important items: proper polling device, like this one, and a proper measuring device. This is my favorite. You don't need all that overhead, underhead, behind the head, you know, all that stuff. It's too expensive. I use these two, it fix it just fine. I fix them up betwixt the trees, hook it to the bumper, and I pull them right out, sometimes to the side or the front or whatever. It works really nice. And if I need more pulling, I use my trusty truck. You know, you just kind of get it in gear, get a little slack on it, and then wham, it just pulls her straight. Okay, now let me tell you about how to do a lift on a car. See, I use a couple of neat techniques. One is I throw this up over the tree limb, and I hook it underneath the bumper. I put this in betwixt, and then I just lift it right up, and it gives you lots of room to work under the car. Now, if you want a cheaper way, you see, I just use a few of my friends. Okay, lift her on up. Okay. Now I'm going to talk to you about paint, because it's real important. The whole process is real important. You see, when you're ready to paint, you can do a lot of different things, and they talk about these big booths and things like that, and they cost way too much for me. See, we do it underneath the sycamore tree. That's where we got our name. Now, the thing of it is, I get the pre-canned paint, because then I don't have to think about mixing it up and all that kind of stuff, and I just get ready. See, you can shoot it right where you want. You know, we're real safety conscious here, too. You know, we worry about the lungs, and we're also worried about toxic waste and that, so we just bury the cans when we're done. And to protect the lungs, we kind of do this here, you know, see? And it just works really well. Well, you know, I'm going to talk to you about information now. Now, why is that important? Well, it's important for us to be able to stick it to them before they stick it to us. And the only way we can do that is get together. See, my buddies and I, we get together at the bar and a coffee shop, and we talk about how to set what price we're going to charge, and you know, how we're going to fight against the insurance companies and who we're going to get out of business if they don't adhere to the way we do it. Well, that's what we talk about, you know. We don't read what's going on around the country. That's unimportant to us. We don't get them their videos and that. We don't watch video. Well, we kind of watch videos. You know, we watch some of them, you know what kind I'm talking about. That's about all we watch. But, yeah, we don't care about what anybody else is doing. We do it so darn well ourselves, as you can see, that we don't need any more information. I want to tell you, thank you very much for watching this. This is Bob from Under the Sycamore Paint and Body.
Do you know the difference between a qualified body shop and all the rest? If you or someone you care about is ever in need, be sure to demand only a qualified collision repair business. For a list of qualified or certified shops in your area, go to www.collisioncare.org. Assured Performance Collision Care is a nonprofit consumer advocacy organization